This is Monday, July 8th. Pretty day of practice. Pretty hard day of practice, too. A lot of lifting today. Rebecca, she does that warming up. I don't like it. She has a real, what's the word I want to use? It's like a definitive, exaggerated repositioning as she heads into the second pull. I think that sometimes when she does that warming up, it carries over to her actual heavy lifts and it just slows everything down. So that's one thing we've been trying to get her to kind of stop doing and start just pulling a little more smoothly and steady. It's a process, though. A change in technique like that, I know there's some coaches that have they have a way of going about it that's really different than what I feel works for me, and that's they basically go to a lightweight and just stop everything and just focus on making that technical change, and slowly, maybe even over days, working back to heavyweights. They just make the change real definitive. I generally like to try to influence it slowly and steadily so they can keep training heavy. Do some warm-up type exercises and some things like that to influence them slowly but surely into pulling or doing whatever in a way that I think is better. And that's why you'll probably still see Rebecca do that for a while, but I mean slowly but surely she should stop. I hate to admit this, but Matt has lifted good this week. Maybe not quite as good as I'd love to see him doing, but it's been a pretty positive week for Matt. You see Dean Kruse, who was the significant other of Morghan. He's an 85, soon to be 94. He hasn't done too bad this week. I think he's gotten a little bit down just because he's really tired and every day hasn't been great. And but everybody goes through that. I think he's going to be a pretty good lifter. Matching shirts by Travis and James. Isn't that cute? Of course, I like their shirts, but Tom really hates this exercise. He does well at it. Usually the things that people are good at, they like. But whenever I say we're doing deadlifts plus snatches today, he gives me these looks like he's about to quit the sport and go home. Throws the straps on the ground and stomps away. I don't know. Who cares, though? He does good at it. Ben Tiley's in this one, too. I think you already caught a glimpse of him. He is Mr. Muscle Driver Australia. And his wife had contacted me from Australia, urging me to get him in the videos lifting. And I don't think Ben was extremely excited about being in the videos, but he was basically pressured into it. James always does those too fast. What happens is he gets out of position because he goes down so fast, and then he didn't on that one. I mean, he did it too fast. He didn't get out of position, but a lot of times he does get out of position because he lowers it so fast. And that guy can pull on a bar. I don't know what is the deal with him. He must have springs in his legs or something, but the bar just goes up really well. You'll notice about Trevor, though, see that 140 he just did, he's staying on the back of his foot a lot better already. He's only been here for a few weeks, not too long, and that was one of the major problems with what he was doing that I guess kind of noticed and wanted to work on first, is got to get towards the back of the foot. And he's one of these guys that want to pull the bar off the floor, more on his forefoot and then stay on the forefoot the whole lift. And because of that, he's always missing out in front and having to jump forward to catch. But he's really improved that. When somebody improves something like that, it generally takes them a little while to actually make progress on the weights they're lifting because they're so used to doing it a certain way. Even though the new way might be a little, technically better, they're not used to it. It's slightly new, and requires slightly different coordination, and so it's a bit before it actually shows up in their lifts. But he snatched 150, and I expect that to go up at least 5 kilos, if not 10, once he really gets used to pulling correctly. Caleb's so freaking strong that doing complexes or doing like a deadlift first or something like that, if anything, he can do more weight. I mean, it doesn't affect him at all because it's just not challenging his strength. And there's Morghan, and I'm trying to get her to go a little farther down. When she takes it down, she wants to do it like a hang lift from the knee. I just don't think she's quite gotten in her head yet to go all the way back, close to the floor. Rebecca's not exactly weak either. She just did 120 kilos for a set of 5 on the back squat, which is, not weak. I like Dean's jerk. A little wide maybe, but he really knows how to get under the bar. Kind of almost felt sorry for Mike this week. He's doing so many squats in the morning. He's just absolutely dead in the afternoon, and it's been really hard for him to keep his weights up. But, we're soon to taper off of that. It's getting close to nationals. I think this film was shot, almost 3 weeks out. So his squatting will be lightening up. Hopefully we'll see some big lifts from him in the next few practices. Tom's shirt says, "I know karate," and 2 other Japanese words. We really should do a poll sometime of what's the stupidest shirt that he wears. I mean, there are several ones that would compete for the top spot. I think the worst one might be the one that says, "I bring absolutely nothing to the table." He had that on at some point this week. There's a guy that's beat up. Ryan. He is beat to hell right now. He didn't make it. Didn't get nationals qualified for. We're squatting a lot, in preparation for the next major meet, and it's affected him more than I thought it would the last couple days. He's been unable to, really approach his max lifts and snatch or clean and jerk. But, look at him. He's about 6'9" and 110 pounds or something. Maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but not much. It's just got to get stronger and gain weight and all that good stuff. know what really clicked in Travis's head, but I tell you what, within the last 2 months, 3 months, his jerk has really improved. He's just getting the bar behind his head way more, way better, and well, that helps you hold it locked out. And he used to be always a guy who, he'd make a clean that looked halfway easy and then miss the jerk. And I tell you what, I think that was obviously forward. Damn it, Matt. He's gotten to the point where he'll make it clean that seems somewhat difficult, and then the jerk looks super easy. It's just really, really changed. See, this must be 72. I think this is a PR right here. That was obviously forward. Tom's weighing like 144 kilos or something right now. He just keeps getting bigger. Trevor's still moving his head around a lot when he jerks. Looking at the sky when he dip and drives, looking at the ground when he locks out. Sometimes it's hard to convince people not to do that because some lifters, notably Chinese, seem to be able to do it and get away with it. Well, it just doesn't seem to work for most people, though. Even if some really high-level lifters tend to do it well, but your average person, it's just going to make it much harder for you if you don't keep your gaze fairly straightforward while you're dipping, driving, and jerking. I'm starting to think that Tom might hit 205 in the clean and jerk at nationals. See, one day after this workout here, Tom did a 205 for 3 sets of 3 on the front squat, which is an improvement from what he's done before. It's getting strong enough, I think, that we can get his head around it mentally. 205 should go on a clean and jerk. So that's the end of it. Pretty long practice, pretty hard practice. Everybody was very tired the day after that practice. But a lot of good work, and this is the period where we want to be working really hard and we want to build up a little bit of fatigue, because coming up is 2 weeks of taper for nationals, and then we all go compete.